Howdy, it's Kevin with Earth2 Mastery, one of your top 10 favorite Earth2 YouTubers. And tonight, we try to take over the world. So grab your Windex because we're about to clear some things up. I want to talk to you about 3 possible reasons that Earth2 has not moved to a cryptocurrency yet and might not in the future. So first things first, I've got my discount code in the description down below. I really appreciate it when you guys use that. It gets you a 5% discount on new tiles and gets me a 5% rebate as well. It doesn't cost you anything extra. In fact, you save money and it helps support my channel and helps me grow in the game. So I really appreciate it when you use that. Also, if you do use the code, like the video, leave a comment down below, and are subscribed, and I will pick somebody from the comments randomly to win a tile on one of our guild islands. All the guilds islands are listed in the description up above, and so is the Discord link, so you can join there and vote on issues. Hopefully our guild will be strong, organized, and cooperative when the game starts being PvP type or PvE type game, and we can cooperate with each other. Anyway, I have a winner from last night's contest. I'll announce it at the end of this video, so stick around to see if you won. Okay, guys, so we always talk about how we want Earth2 to go to a cryptocurrency. With cryptocurrency on the move, it seems like we could make a lot more money with a cryptocurrency. I think that withdrawals and deposits could be easier, but there's a caveat to that. And so we all want them to move towards a cryptocurrency, but maybe not everybody in every country. So we've got a couple things to talk about as far as that's concerned. There are 3 reasons, and this is coming from personal experience. Yesterday, I started thinking, I was like, you know what, maybe this is an issue with Earth2 as well. Earth2 may be built on a blockchain. It may be built on a blockchain that they were going to connect to a coin later. There could be blockchains that would be beneficial, more beneficial than others, but they're not very popular yet. But there's 3 reasons that I want to go over as to why it may not be a crypto yet. The first is the simplicity and the sophistication of the users. I don't know if everybody that's watching the video has been around since PayPal was an option for depositing into Earth2, but they took it away. We don't know if they took it away because they decided that PayPal was too expensive. There was too many chargebacks. If PayPal themselves dropped Earth2, that's a possibility, and it's something that I'm going to talk about on another video. But people absolutely lost their minds. People can't deposit now. People can't figure out how to get any money into their account on Earth2. It's slowed down the sales. People are crying about it, saying it's a scam because they had to drop PayPal. And PayPal is, in my opinion, it's just like another bank account. It's just like you could get a debit card or a credit card that's linked to another online bank account. There's Revolut, there's TransferWise, there's all sorts of different online bank accounts. But people have lost their minds because PayPal was so simple to use, and now they cannot figure out any other option. Or you tell them that, you know, you tell them to fund a different account and get a debit card attached to that account. Tell them to go get a temporary or prepaid credit card. They can't figure that out. Tell them to attach ACH to a bank account. They can't figure that out. Like, there's just a lot of ways, a lot of things that they can't figure out how to get their money moving around to get it into a position where they can put it in Earth2. And I find it hard to believe that a lot of those same people are going to be able to figure out how to open up a cryptocurrency wallet, how to get money into a account where they can buy cryptocurrency, get that cryptocurrency into their crypto wallet, transfer that money from their crypto wallet to a crypto wallet on Earth2, and then know how to account for how many dollars that is or how much of it they are actually spending on each piece of property. You know, transfer it to their own currency. It may not have a readily available value that's easy for them to understand how much they're spending. So I just don't think that a lot of the people that are playing Earth2 are sophisticated enough when it comes to money transfers and cryptocurrencies to adopt it readily. And I think that they would probably exclude a lot of people who have never had any experience with cryptocurrencies. I myself have been learning more about cryptocurrency since I've learned about all these crypto-based games. And so, but it would still take me a little bit of time to figure out the process for how to get the cryptocurrency into the game. And that's even after having started learning about it, purchased cryptocurrencies, understand money transfers. So that's one of the reasons why they probably aren't switching to a crypto right away, and why they're hesitant to do so is that they're going to ostracize a big portion of their user base. The second reason is that it excludes a lot of people around the world simply because it's illegal or is soon to be illegal in their country to have anything to do with cryptocurrencies. So while they could buy something that's based in the dollar, they can't necessarily buy something that's based in Ethereum or based on Tron or Dogecoin. They can't use any cryptocurrency. So cryptos are illegal. I have a list here to go over. Cryptos are already illegal in Algeria, Bolivia, Morocco, Nepal, Vietnam, Ecuador, Bangladesh, Macedonia, or at least that's the list that I could find. And they're pushing really hard to make it illegal in India, which I actually feel is probably a big user base for Earth 2. I think a lot of people who watch my videos are from India. There's a big technical base of knowledge in India, so the people there would be able to develop their land and grow well in the game on Earth 2. And there's also expendable income because they have a lot of outsourced jobs there that they can have and make decent money at. So there's they're very intelligent and forward thinking in India. And so we don't want to exclude them. It's a huge population, and they would definitely be getting involved in the game. So we don't want to exclude them, and it's possible that soon they will ban cryptocurrencies completely in India. They've already introduced bills in the past trying to make it illegal with punishments up to 10 years in prison just for dealing with any cryptocurrencies, and they want to make the rupee a digital currency. And so that's why they're trying to ban other currencies. And I think that there's a lot of countries that are going to follow suit because the existence of cryptocurrencies just exacerbates the inflation that they have in their country. It shows what's going on in the country and how bad their inflation really is. And they don't want money to leave. They don't want money to leave their own currency any more than it is already. So they can't really ban foreign currencies. They can't really ban the US dollar, but they can ban cryptos. And so that's what they've been doing to try to keep people inside their own currency. And this is all done with the world banks too. The world banks work together, and they're all going to start introducing digital currencies and blockchains that they can control because the World Bank is in control of all of our money, and they inflate it and steal from us that way. And they want to continue to do so. So they're not going to give up easily and just roll over and say, oh, Bitcoin's now a reserve currency or Bitcoin's an accepted currency. They're going to fight it. And so I wouldn't even be surprised. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. It's getting less likely because there's so much institutional money moving into Bitcoin. But at any point, I wouldn't really be surprised if they made it illegal in the United States as well, because the United States has a very predatory tax system and also currency system. They want to tax you no matter where you live in the world, no matter where you work in the world, if you have any ties to the United States. And they also are able to inflate, because the dollar is the world reserve currency right now, they're able to inflate it and basically take money from the rest of the world in the form of natural resources with printed dollars. So they don't like Bitcoin. The central banks don't like Bitcoins. And so they're going, not just Bitcoin, but any cryptocurrency, they're going to try to do what they can to devalue them and make them illegal if they can. So, with a lot of countries that are either already have cryptocurrencies illegal or are planning on making them illegal, that's a big part of the user base. If we want Earth 2 to be available worldwide, they're probably going to be better off sticking to currencies. Now, they might have, in my opinion, they should have multiple currencies. They can have an in-game coin, but it can't really be a cryptocurrency if they want to include everybody in the world. And so maybe that's one of the things that they've been debating. But the thing that I ran into yesterday that really made me think that perhaps it's a good thing they have not gone into any cryptocurrency right now is that we had Etherscan. The app was Etherscan in our settings. And so we thought, oh, well, they probably have an ERC20 token that they've built this on, and they're going to start running on the Ethereum blockchain, or they're already running on the Ethereum blockchain. Well, I made my own art piece, and I was trying to mint an NFT, because you know that I've been interested in NFTs for the last couple of weeks. I've been trying to learn more about them. I didn't know about them before. And I thought that the best way for me to learn about them was just to create my own. So I made a little bit of an art piece, and I tried to mint it on what was supposed to be a gasless minting process, or called lazy printing on OpenSea. And I'll go through that process with you some other time. But the bottom line was, when I went to mint or put that piece up for sale, they wanted me to initialize my account, which meant that I had to interact with the Ethereum blockchain. Well, with the rise in Ethereum prices, and also the rise in volatility of Ethereum, and the popularity as well, so many games using it, so many NFTs using it, they were trying to charge me a full quarter Ethereum token to interact with the blockchain and initialize my account. All I was basically doing was creating an account on the blockchain, and it was trying to charge me up to $370. $370 worth of Ethereum, a quarter of a coin, just to initialize my account, not even to mint the art piece. And so I started looking, and people are buying $20 pieces of art that are costing them $80 or $100 worth of gas fees on Ethereum in order to actually purchase, to close the deal. So they're paying a lot more in gas fees on Ethereum than they're actually paying for the art itself. So these gas fees are just outrageous right now. And if we were trying to buy a tile on Earth 2, you may wind up paying 10, 20, 30 times as much just in gas fees to register that transaction on the blockchain and to verify your ownership, as you are actually paying for the tile. So until there's unless they've built some sort of level 2 solution where a lot of the transactions are done on a blockchain that isn't actually interacting with Ethereum's blockchain, if they're doing all of the work outside of Ethereum's blockchain, even if it's based on even if it's based on Ethereum's blockchain, they have this level 2 where they can do most of the transactions outside of that main blockchain. Unless they're doing something like that, the gas fees are just outrageous. Now, ETH 2.0 is supposed to come out hopefully somewhere between October of this year and February of next year, if I remember correctly. And that's supposed to reduce the gas fees a lot. But there's also other tokens that they can do that the gas fees are almost nil. So if they could build it on the Tron blockchain, I hear Cardano and Polkadot are much cheaper. If they could use one of those blockchains and the gas fees were only a couple pennies, it might be a lot more advantageous. But in connection with these other situations where some of the countries are not allowing it, people really don't understand it, and so that's going to ostracize a lot of people. And then also the gas fees are so expensive. With all of these things adding up to a situation that it's like, maybe it really just isn't worth it. We could just operate on the dollar. We can continue to operate on the dollar. As long as they can get to a point where the withdrawal process is pretty smooth and it's a little bit quicker and easier to do, there may not really be. So my recording froze there for a second, but I was basically just wrapping it up and saying that with all of these different problems with a cryptocurrency solution, it may not be as beneficial to move to a cryptocurrency as we think that it could be, because we're going to exclude a lot of people and we're going to be paying a lot higher fees possibly. So maybe it's best if we just stick with the dollar, but they need to figure out a way to make the withdrawal process smoother and cleaner and quicker. And then people will be happy with it, regardless of whether it's actually crypto or not. I still think that they probably need their own internal blockchain to make sure that titles and deeds don't get stolen and make sure that it's permanent ownership, but they may not actually need to operate on an external cryptocurrency blockchain, because there's not as many advantages to it as it might seem on the surface. Okay, guys, so I have the winner from last night's giveaway, Cryptonymous. Thank you very much for leaving a comment down below and using my code. you won a tile, hopefully on our island in Grenada. I think I have another one left. So get with me in Discord or private message me on the Facebook group through Messenger, and I'll get you a link so you can bid a penny on that tile, and then you can join our guild if you're not already in it. Okay, guys, have a great night, and I'll talk to you later.